What's up, everybody? Look at Patrick with the follow. Hope you're doing okay over there in Alabama. I saw your saw your message, uh, and I laughed about your wife bringing the knife collection because that's the first thing I thought of. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to the Carthunker machine. Uh, your bi-weekly dose of interaction with adult humans. That stuff's rough, man. I gotta tell you, Schmevelin. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. 15 months. That's dope. And you're dope. And my alert box is not dope. Good morning, Gumbo Man Pat. What's up? Thank you so much. My wife says I'm a perpetual 12-year-old. That's accurate. Like, I pretty much am. Like, yeah, I just am. I would lose my mind. Brooksy, what's up? Brooks selling all that fancy material to my new favorite Leonardo pens. That's going to be a problem for me and quite a few people. Brooks, let me ask you while I have you, how many pens do you think they can make from the amount of material that you sent them? What is that number? By the way, first letter out the gate, $2 stamp going to Germany. I got 12 more notebooks here I got to fill out today. Then we're going to pack some more notebooks maybe Thursday or Monday next week or Tuesday next week. We'll see. But yeah, Brooks with all the materials heading to Leonardo. That's going to be a mega problem. So, what's not a mega problem? Let me see. I feel so bad. You sent 160 rods, so like 100 plus. Sounds about right. Let's see if I can show you all this. I do the, I don't have Slack or Dropbox or anything synced up on this laptop, so I just got to show you my phone pictures. Check that out. That's on its way to me right now. Who was that? Paper Cat Lady, thanks for the sub. That's on its way to me right now. I'll put some pictures in the I'll update the Kickstarter later, probably later today or tomorrow. Retro is happy with it. So I'm happy with it, right? The technical aspects of it. So if Retro is happy with it, I'm certainly happy with it, right? So like the one disc that's not playing nice is the Snowflake, right? Because it's got some very thin lines on there. But he's totally confident that just gets fixed. He will have that fixed for production and is like not even worried about it. So when he tells me stuff like that, it's like I don't even blink. I don't even sweat that. If he says, "Oh yeah, this is easily fixed in production," like, and he's happy with the rest of it, yeah, I'm in. Like I'm done. Like we're real good. So I'm gonna have that in hand. I might have it in hand for next week for show and tell next week. He's sending them out to me yesterday. I'm waiting for the Kickstarter funds to transfer so I can pay the man. Kickstarter pro tip, if you ever run a Kickstarter campaign, as soon as you get your money, pay your bills. So that's a pro tip there for all you your Kickstarter people. Brooks, you think you and Mike got the new trend nailed? Yeah, I got some feedback on that. We'll talk about this week on the show, and mostly like agreeing. And some questioning of, but like in a like you're leaving out stuff, and it's not so much that we're leaving out things that exist there, it's that there is now more stuff there, and that's what's interesting. But it's also I have to keep an understanding of how small of a percentage of sales I'm actually talking about when I talk about these things, right? This is not big picture type of stuff. This is not let's move the needle for Lamy type of stuff, right? But for what we do, it's super important and interesting. I just have to understand that that what I'm talking about is a super, super small percentage. Good morning, Evan. Good morning, RoboJim. Rewizzles. I'm talking about the Leonardos and the Esterbrooks and the Montegrappas and the pens doing unique materials in the $150 to $200 range. Yeah, so like it's like this discovery process that these companies are having. They're like, oh, people will buy this? Like if we do something cool and interesting and we don't have to go ultra premium, right? And we don't have to go ultra low end. Thank you, Jim. You're awesome. I appreciate that. That, hey, there's this section of the market, as small as it may be, that's really into this kind of stuff. And the thing that I think people will discover in this market is it's in this Pen Addict type of realm where we'll buy multiple of the thing, right? I need one Lamy 2000, right? But I'll buy 3 or 4 Leonardos if they're doing something interesting and neat, that I feel I can differentiate in whatever my collection is. Speaking of the word collection, I was listening to Stephen Brown's recollections on 10 years of video reviewings, and what did he call? He's not in a question. His I don't know. He had a term for that for his collection, but it wasn't a collection. His acquisitions, accumulation. Thank you. His accumulation. Like, I have an accumulation of pens. That's a good way to put it. It's not a collection because there's really no rules and guidelines. Good morning, Tessa. First time on Twitch. Glad you're here. I'm glad you have power. Yeah, they've noticed the successes of the Edisons and Franklin Christophs, and like they own that price bracket for years and years and years. You know, and there'd be a couple things dabbling in there, like the Pilot, like Tim, good first time. Yeah, that's awesome. We're definitely seeing some good first timers here. You know, maybe under not the best circumstances, but I get it. I would only call my set of retros a collection. I've curated them. I think that's fair. Right. Speaking of Pilot, got your PO nib. Have you had a chance to formulate an opinion on it? Yeah, accumulation. That was Stephen Brown's the video I linked this weekend, which I watched last week, where he was just kind of going through. Good morning, Aurelius. He was just going through, like, basically one listener or viewer asked him to, like, hey, you've been doing this for 10 years. You know, here is the list of things that I want to know what's different from back then to now. And he constantly referred to his personal pens as an accumulation of pens, not a collection of pens. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a good way to put it, right? Because I have a ton of pens, but I have a collection of pens, I guess you would say, but I do not collect any particular thing, right? So it's more of an accumulation of things that I like. Right, it could be this Retro 51. It could be the Pilot with the posting nib. These two things could not be further apart in any type of collection you could ever have. And then there's a whole range in between. So it's an accumulation of those things. So yeah, and then within there, like Tony says, you could have the specific thing. I definitely don't collect sailors. That would be a problem. I know I don't collect sailors on purpose because there's too many. That I can get overwhelmed too, just like anyone else. So yeah, I love sailors though, but I definitely do not collect sailors. I have very few. And it guy, yeah, that's what I completely agree with that. If anyone saw what I said, or if I was discussing this with someone outside of this world, right, it would be referred to as a collection. But people who are in the hobby kind of separate collection type of thing. Oh, Sailor's probably my favorite pen brand, I guess. Like, I don't know if I've ever like narrowed it down. Sailor's like my favorite. I counted when Mike and I did our video, I had 13 Sailors. So that's an accumulation of Sailors as opposed to a collection of Sailors, because there's no real theme between the Sailors. Like, I buy the different ones that I like. The only theme is the manufacturer that makes them. But I have big Sailors, small Sailors, limited edition Sailors, regular edition Sailors. So yeah, glad you liked that video. I'm actually going to talk about some more of those pens today here, which is what I wanted to talk about today, while I do some more envelopes. I got to get these 10 more envelopes out. Drunk Sailors. Yeah, so what's going on with y'all? Everyone hanging in there? I know things aren't necessarily getting better around the country and around the world. It's just a hot mess. For some reason, I had a really good day yesterday. Hype train emote, let's go. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that, Patrick. Parameters on my buying to fit into collection categories. Yeah, so it's like my collection is that I buy things that I like. I mean, I feel like that's the definition of my collection, right? I mean, maybe it's overwhelmingly sailors. Um, I don't know. It's a fun conversation to have, right? Like none of it matters, but it's a fun conversation to have because I don't feel like I collect anything other than like I used to collect field notes, right? It was a goal to collect all the field notes from the beginning, and I kind of accomplished that. Like I'm not worried. I haven't worried about the last 2 or 3 years, but like the first 30 um, issues, right? That is a collection. Like I purposely set out to collect all of a thing. That's how I kind of define collection, but it doesn't have to be defined that way, right? Jackie got the member chip and your Curidos. How is the Curidos? Mine is still not arrived. Chat, mine is still not here. Kimmy, good morning. Good afternoon for you. Schmevelin, you're making masks. Yeah, we made masks this weekend. Fortunately, my head's big enough to where I can just wear like the what do they call them? The whole wraparound neck deal. Not the balaclava. Not that thing. Is that what it's called? I don't know the name of it. I have a large head, chat. My family made masks, not a bandana. You know, the thing that's got the hole in it that you put around your whole neck, and you can pull it up. It's bigger than I thought it would be. That's 100% accurate. Gator. I thought gators went over pants, over like ankles. It still goes over the neck too. Curidas cowl, balaclava. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking it was. When I take the clip off, I have zero issues holding it. It is a big arse pen. Like no joke, it's a big pen. I don't know when mine's coming. I need to email them today. The Jet Pens is swamped, as you can imagine, like inefficiently backed up, right? Just because of the situation that we're in. So yeah, I don't really have any need for like to have like the full on mask. Our groceries, the only time I go out is I go out to here, which is where I stream, but I don't see anyone. And then I go to the post office. I'll start wearing a mask when I go to the post office now. And that's about it. And like if we pick up groceries, we do like the ours is called Click List, so where you can like pre-order and then they'll bring it out and put it in your trunk kind of thing. The Curidos feels like it's defusing a bomb when you take it apart to ink it up. That's hilarious. I could see that. That's what I feel that completely, Anik guy. Like we've already seen like the hype go. We're like about right here right now, right? Because it's a little bit different than as it was presented, I believe, in the marketing. I thought it was going to be compact, not small, but maybe I expected a smaller pen than the Vanishing Point. And it is the opposite of that. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, my wife works in a grocery store, so like we're screwed no matter what, no matter how much protection she has, pretty much. Get to do a first impressions video with the curiosity and afraid I won't like it. Don't be afraid you won't like it. You just won't like it. Just be honest. But it's gonna have. I mean, I'm mostly concerned about the back wing here. We'll see how that goes. But it's big and it's wide. Yeah, it may not be the no-brainer pen that I think that's what I was looking for, right? A no-brainer, fun quality pen to use. And I think it's just going to have caveat after caveat if you're interested in buying it, is what I think that's what my perspective is on it, right? I think I was like, yes, this is just kind of like a carte blanche, yes, to go buy this pen. And I think it's going to be more of a more of a metered approach. So. Yeah, everything's unusual. Yo, Mary Beth D. I'm guessing that's Elizabeth D on there. Shouldn't you be doing homework? I want to see the rumored metal ones. Yeah, that would be wild. Like, that's what I always felt in the beginning. I thought, Jim, that this was kind of like the, if this went well, which the early hype went really well, that this is going to be a platform pen for them, right? Like the 3776 is a platform pen. And I thought that they were looking at that for the Curidas if it went well. I just think it's not going to be as easy as a no-brainer purchase as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, Curidas 2.0. Yeah, totally. So I just wrote all over my hands because I was winging around this pen, not thinking at the tip. I think it'll ultimately flop, basically, how some don't like that. The clip of a VP and some don't like the ears of a 2000. I expect the issues of this pen to be a compounding of problems. I don't think it'll be a flop, but I think it won't do as well, right? There's a medium. Extra fine, Brooks. Extra fine, sir, please. Sir, please. So yeah, like I think it's gonna need some refinement to be like, the Vanishing Point has caveats, right? But they're simpler, and more straightforward. Finally started journaling. Did you have nerves opening the Masubi, Jim? Was that the hesitation? That's been my hesitation. I've bought two and I've given them both away, but that meant if I gave them away, that meant I didn't have to use them, that I didn't have to start the expensive notebook, and I can push that off on somebody else. Did you have hesitancy starting that one? Start and leave them unfinished, definitely. So yeah, maybe the Curios is a start. They got to start somewhere, right? I just know that they let this lead out marketing for the Curios set high expectations, and now that the pens are in the wild, the expectations are metered. That's all. Masubi bank paper does not form as well as Life bank paper. I've only tried the Life, so. And if I bought a Masubi, I probably wouldn't do bank paper for me. So I'd be interested to see what y'all think about them. Because I need to get a Masubi to keep for myself and use it for a reason. I just haven't done it yet. Tony hates bank paper. It probably goes terribly with your PO nib. Spica bond paper. I swear, have I tested that paper in the past? Why does that paper sound familiar to me, Jim? Curidas had so much hype and delay. Yeah. Like, they did the marketing well to where no one knew about that part on the back, really. Because they didn't photograph it. It was only in like the drawn documentation of it. And then it was just kind of hidden. Oh, I know someone that broke the clip the first time they tried to remove it. Evan. So I don't know that we'll have durability over time issues. I think we'll know pretty quickly. The spring already wearing out, nib seal wearing out. Yeah, we'll see. I bet it'll be sooner rather than later. All right, I'm gonna be writing while we're talking. So I guess I should use the Retro 51 because I've already written all over my hand. Did everyone see the new Retro 51? The celebration picture? Did I show that too early before too many people were in? If anyone wants to see it, I have a phone picture I can share. And then I'll put it in the Kickstarter campaign. If I like my 912 Waverly, would I like a PO nib? Almost no one's going to like the PO nib. I'm just going to be dead honest. Based on my experience with people, several people missed it. I'm sorry, it's just like you're just going to have to look at it on my phone. But I will never tell anyone that they're going to like the PO nib. Let's see how big I can get this. Well, I can't get it that big, but there you go. See if it'll focus. So I'll send this out. I'll put this in the campaign later today. Retro's pretty happy with how it turned out. And I have it on the way to me, the prototype, the physical prototype. So I'll have this picture in the campaign, and then I'll have my own pictures of the pen. Tessa, they've still never really come clean on that whole mess. Like, I'm fine with charging full MSRP, but have some consistency. I think it's fair as a consumer to ask for consistency from your brands you support. I mean, in the grand scheme, not a big deal, but if they're not going to do it across the board, why are you picking and choosing? Or you're trying to? It makes me feel like you're trying to take advantage of a hype situation, which says a lot about you as a company. It's almost like what do they call it now when people gouge you now? The pricing, like unfairly raising the prices. I can't think of the word. Like price gouging, but there's the term I'm thinking of. Maybe it's just price gouging. But I think they looked at the hype and saw, not bait and switch, but they looked at the hype and said, yeah, being a dick. That's probably it too. What am I missing here? Yes, very traditional retro. I'm glad you said that, Evan. Thank you. I wouldn't believe for a second it was completely by accident, Evan, because they don't charge full MSRP on their other products. That's something decided. I guess profiteering, maybe? Yeah. Like that's a business decision made in an office, right? And they're like, well, but what's funny is their price doesn't change. Platinum, the people who make the decision of what you can sell it for, Platinum's not making more money. So it was just a weird decision. Like and honestly, I don't care either way. Just be consistent. Are my succulent stamps good for Canada? Where did they go? I bought more stamps yesterday. Thank you for everyone in the Slack channel for telling me to go to eBay to buy U.S. Postage. I had no idea you could do that. Well, if they did, Evan, I don't think it worked. How much is this stamp? This is international. I think I use this one for Canada. This one definitely for the rest of the world. I have so many stamps, and so many different weights of things, I just confuse myself now. I think the succulent one is Canada. So yeah, I appreciate y'all telling me to go to eBay when the USPS site was not working yesterday afternoon. Because I really don't want to go stand in line at the post office right now. I want to drop off my packages with as little contact as possible. So I bought regular stamps 120. I think that's the one I need to use for Canada for the notebook. I bought Year of the Rat stamps, and I bought the Hot Wheels stamps, and then I bought like my additional ounce and some more of these succulent stamps. But yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do if I couldn't get them through the Postal Service site. The teal green is bluer than the Kumpu? No, I would like to see that. I'm getting a red one. What color did y'all get? So those of you that have it or are getting it, what colors of the Curiosity did y'all get? That's a pretty green. I like that better than like what green would be. That's a good color. I went with red. Red, invisible, red. Looks like red might be popular. Maybe I should have gone with the navy. That one looks like it's going to be not as popular. I went with something trying to be different for myself. Oh, this address has lots of things to put in it for Canada. Green, clear, green. Which one did you order, Jackie? Did you order the green but wanted more green? That's definitely like a bluish green, at least in that picture. I guess I should post that up for people to see, because this is a good comparison shot. It's a cool color. I didn't expect it really that way. Maybe I don't know what I expected. I didn't consider green or clear. I was gonna get one of the other ones. So I went with red because you know what? As silly as I am about inks, I like blue black inks with red barrels. Like that's just one of the things that gets me, like as far as like color matching and styles and setup goes. I like to put blue black inks with red pens. It's just one of my favorite combos, which is kind of boring, right? What colors do y'all put in your red pens? Like I could see orange and blue black for me personally. What do y'all put in your red pens? As soon as you opened it, you were like, oh, Kumpu. And you wanted more of a traditional green. Purple in your reds? Yeah, black. Tony, black for everything. Purple in your red pens? I'm trying not to go red in my red pens. One, I don't like red ink that much. And two, I like that in like my black pens, right? Anything but red. Yes, that's almost what I'm thinking. So like all I can think of, any of the blue blacks or the bright blues, and then maybe orange, but it would kind of have to be right. Like I don't know that I would be completely content with an orange and a red barrel depending on how things matched. Bright blue, like yeah, I'm having a hard time coming off blue, like either a blue black or like a sky type of blue, something really bright. Gray would be nice. I just inked up that gray standard bindery ink though, which I'm liking. This one's awesome, Evan. In my Kumpu got banned. I have Azure Noir in my Kumpu that got blocked. Orange and a red pen? Yeah, I think that's like my second choice would be orange. I thought about green, OSU. I thought about green. Like the bright green might be cool. That's a very high consideration. Maybe a nice burgundy. That would not work for me. Leonardo Devil's Kiss with Robert Oster Blue Water Ice. God, see, Kimmy, you're speaking my language here. Yeah. So Plus, with the platinum, I have those blue black cartridges that I like, which is why I'm thinking, but that's just so basic for me. That's so boring for me. I thought about brown for a minute, but I don't have any browns that I love. I've got a couple of good ones. I've just never like locked in on a brown. So, I don't know. It's weird that I'm dilemmaed about what ink to put into a red pen, and that's why I got the red pen to try something different, and all I want to do is put blue black ink in it. That's a very typical me move. Right? That's exactly the type of stupid stuff that I do. That's why the year of experimentation needs to continue, because I'll just do what I want and then I'll end up with 10 pens inked up with blue black ink. Like, I'm going to open this up in just a second. We'll go through some of these pens. Hot pink would be pretty good in the red. I have some good pink inks. We'll open this up. I know what pens are in here. I need to think about what inks are in here and how many of them are going to be like in the blue black range. And as a matter of fact, let's do that now. If it leans pink, I might do that. But it looked like a pretty traditional red. Emerald of Chivor would be cool. The only problem with this one is I either have fine or extra fine nib, and I wouldn't torture myself that way. I need a broader nib to do that. All right, let me set this aside for a second. So I brought over this pen case. So I've ended up now with 2 pen cases active on my desk. And I talk about my desk a lot because I always have stuff coming in and out. And I keep a lot of the pens I've reviewed, pens I'm enjoying recently, the pens that I talked about in that $150 price range that I put out there the other day. Like, all of those things are kind of like my most used pens on my desk right now. And we had that video where I did the show and tell with all the pens. Was that only last weekend or was that 2 weeks ago? I've lost. Yeah, that was a week and a half ago. And we were pulling out all these pens. I was like, I want to use this pen and I want to use that pen, and like, it really helped me narrow down like some of my favorite pens. So I have this one case where it's one Brasstown case and 6 pens in it. Y'all could all probably name those real quick, even in that little short view. So, like, the Pilot Custom 823, I have a fine cursive italic grind on this, and I have Konpeki in this. It's amazing. Like, I just want to use that all the time. Like, it's one of my most fun writing pens. And this Sailor, the Ocean Swirl, with mine it's very swirly. Mine is very, I guess, striated. That's probably a little too extreme of a term. But I have like full swirl areas. Then we go into like the depths, then to the swirls, then to the depths, then to the swirls, which I like. That's very cool. Yeah, so needing to get, I said Sailor. See, Sailor collection. It's Pelican, Ocean Swirl. Do I even have any Sailors in here? I don't have a Sailor in this case, so there you go. Sorry, Pelican. My bad. But yeah, and it's inked up with Yamadori, so it's another bluish, but it goes like the peacocky blue, like this color in there. And this has a stock extra fine nib. I think I'll probably get like a grind put on this, just because I'll use it a little more. I do like how it's the stock extra fine nib of it. So Jim has a single Pelican and single Sailor. We talked about, I think that's going to be fun when I release your interview, because I thought that was an interesting perspective you had on buying pens. Comcast has given me the day off of work. This was the pen that made me start getting out all of these other pens that I haven't inked up in a while. It's the Pilot 91 Sapphire from Bungbox. and it's just a great pen. It's got a dark blue section. This one I did ink up with a non-blue ink purposefully. It's the Akibi, the Sailor Manu Akibi, that kind of pink magenta color that we were trying to describe the other day. So the Namiki Milky Way, which, like I said, I should always have it inked up, but I didn't have it inked up. You had Mark grind down the EF on your M805, and did you like it better? Because that's what I'm thinking. I have 2 pins set aside for Mark. I'm wondering if I should add that one into the package. This is the pen, like if I could choose one pen right now, this is the pen that I would want on my desk at all times. And it's inked up with Oroshizuku Tsukiyo, which is, again, more Yamadori-ish blue, but it's still like in that blue range. So that's 3 out of the 4 right now are blues. More EF than it was. I'll probably just get it maybe like stubbish. I like that variation as opposed to dead fine. This pen needs some love. I gotta get this nib. I need to get a new nib on this. You'd put some gold ink in that, Namiki? That's not a bad idea. I've never thought of that. I'll have to look at that. Tsukiyo and the Blue Hour. That's awesome. You know what ink was not that good for me? Was actually the Blue Hour ink. Like, the Blue Hour pens were awesome, but the Blue Hour ink was kind of whack. I didn't really care for it that much. So yeah, like, this nib is good, but I don't want to use it all the time, right? I bought this secondhand, and it's an extra fine nib, and I got it ground down, and I still just don't like it. So I think I want to get I want to buy a completely new nib and put it in here so I can feel more like it's mine. So yeah. Also, you got to line this thing back up. So I have carbon black in this pen, which is kind of like the perfect match for it. Oh my God, I'm never going to get this lined up again, am I? I don't know my exact spot I have to put it in to do it. Let's see. Is that it? Nope. I think it may be this. Yep. Okay. Buy an SM Platinum and swap it in. I probably have one. But I want a Nakaya stamp nib. For this pen, I would feel dirty if I put the Platinum stamp nib in there. Even though I get it. But like, I would feel dirty. And then this might be my most used pen right now, is the Kikyo Blue Nakaya Piccolo. And this has the Platinum Blue Black Mount Fuji cartridge in it. And this is a stock extra fine nib, which is great. Like, this is one of the stock extra fines that I like. Like, this pen with a stock extra fine and this pen with an extra fine that has been kind of tuned and worked on by Mike Masuyama write completely differently. Like, this one's like smooth and wide, and this one's fine and scratchy. And I like fine and scratchy. So yeah, that Mount Fuji, I wish they would bottle that up, because it's a more traditional blue black than their standard cartridges, I think. The Miles Davis Mont Blanc ink was another one that wasn't so hot, was it? So yeah, like, these are so now I have a complete case of pens that I just use, right? These are not being reviewed. These are just pens that I enjoy. I tend not to ink up the pens I just want to enjoy enough because I'm doing so many reviews. Like, I slid in here the Y Studio resin fountain pen, which I'm working on that review, but that was just in here for storage purposes. So yeah, like, I normally don't keep a case of pens of my favorite pens like this, which is a weird thing to say, right? I have so many pens coming in and out of being inked and coming through my desk and things like that. So I wanted to keep this case and just kind of use it for, hey, here's some of my favorite pens that need to be used more often and more frequently. So, what did you link me, Kimmy? You love the Miles ink? I couldn't get into it. Oh, are you going to send me a link where they're selling it as a bottle? We're about to find out. Web page overloads. Isn't that the bottle? That is the bottle. Cool. I wonder if you can get it. I wonder if it's available for, like, purchase outside of the US. So they gave the cartridges in the care package for the Curidas when they had Curidas events. But that's exactly the bottle. I'll have to see if anyone can get that available. Oh, I keep forgetting to put these up because I know some of y'all can't see these on mobile. So let me bring it back up. It's a small picture anyway, but I'm gonna click on these links and see what happens. Oh, that was share on Facebook. That's locator. Who knows what that is? Oh, this is how to fill your pen. So there you go. But yeah, I would just like to embiggen this, but it won't. It's only 15 bucks ish. Fantastic color. If this has some kind of permanence, like not in ink quality, but in like availability, it will ramp up the charts of my favorite blue blacks. So we'll see. It's good stuff. I find it to be different, Jim. You know, I've never thought platinum blue black was a really good blue black because it was too blue. It was a little bright. This is very traditional expectation of a blue black for me. I just noticed I had this in my chat, so I'm gonna type it in. Choo Choo Hype Chimp. I think that was from the sub train earlier. So yes, I find it very different. And I kind of like platinum blue black, but it's when I want a blue ink, not a blue black ink, right? So there's that. All right, let me get back to writing. Y'all get back to talking. Oh, Sarah, I saw your tweet. Did the tea brewing? Was the tea brewing successful? Oh, I also sent a package to you Saturday, so it probably will show up today if it hasn't already. That's for Inkwell Monster. Sometimes we talk business on here. I don't remember what I sent you though. You had a lovely cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. Tracking says Thursday. Oh yeah, I guess everything's kind of delayed. It normally doesn't take that long, but yeah, I get it because it's not even a priority package. Like that's how little stuff I had to send you. I'm sitting here thinking, I can't name one thing in that package I sent to you right now. Ooh, look at that, Rewizzles. I like that. I'm trying to come up with one thing I put in that package to you right now, and I can't. Because I've made a package for you, Jeff, and Susan all at the same time, so I had all these products. Whose emotes are those, Becky? Oh, it's the Overwatch League logos. That's cool. Oh, that looks dope. That's a perfect fit. That's hilarious. That's really good. Now that's gonna drive me crazy, Sarah. I can't think of one thing. It wasn't much, I know that. It was like maybe like one pen, one ink, one paper kind of thing. It's really bothering me. So, yeah, let me know and let me know what I sent you because I have no idea. Clearly no idea. Oh, here's another topic that I meant to discuss. Valorant seems a bit too much CS to want to play it. It was like I could watch it for like 30 minutes to an hour at the most, and then it was a lot. It was fun to watch for a short period of time. I think I just put that stamp on upside down. That's cool. Like, I might enjoy playing it more than watching it right now. Or, yeah, like a high skill ceiling type game. And that's what I'm, watching all the good players play, which is fun. But like after about an hour, I'm ready to go to like a different channel. I'm ready to go back to Animal Crossing or something like more chill. Dota versus League situation. Yeah, could be. Oh, okay. So what I was going to say. Oh, Borkenbork, let me answer that question. Thinking about getting the 1911 4AM. Should I go standard or large? I like that's almost Mr. Cloud. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Bork and Bork. That's I don't have a huge preference because I like both sizes. I mean, if I was forced to pick, I I always say recently I've been saying I like the large Pro Gears and the small 1911s, but my 4AM is the large, and I like it too. I don't know how to. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you'll never regret buying the large. Put it that way. But I really enjoy how the standards feel in my hand for a smaller pen. You know, it's very pocketable, very EDCable. So I don't completely know how to give you a great answer for that, other than number one, you'll never go wrong with the large, and number two, I love writing with the standard. I don't think that's very helpful. Yeah, like my 4AM is the large. That's the only 1911 large I have. But I think the only 1911 standard I have is the Royal Tangerine. So take that for what it's worth. I don't. That's not worth a whole lot because it doesn't help you. You prefer the 21K nibs? Yeah, I mean the nib is nicer. There's something about that 1911 standard size though that I really get along with well. But like I said, you can't go wrong with the large. Do you have other sailors? Oh, and I still need to get what I was going to talk about. That's helpful. Is it? What I was going to talk about are pen clubs meeting virtually. Have any of y'all done that yet for any of your local regional pen clubs doing the virtual meetups? I've had two invitations just in the past week to like come hang out. I'm gonna try to get to one this weekend. Hopefully the Texas one. DC's trying to get me to we're just trying to work on the schedule. Like there's just some days I can't do it, but have y'all done that? And it sounds like fun. Like we did a pin hangout on Google Hangouts one Sunday night. But yeah, so if anyone so yeah, I'm gonna try to do DC soon. Divicar keeps sending me the schedules and I just haven't been able to make it yet. I'm gonna try to do Houston. I don't know what the Houston club's called. And the Slack one, I haven't been into the Slack one yet. Who does Andrew set those up, or is it just random people at random times? So, like I did one. Yeah. Okay. So Andrew does doing regular knitting Zoom mix-ups. Done the Slack one. Okay. So I will do that. I need to look at the Slack schedule one. The only thing that I personally worry about is my home internet connection because I'd be doing it from there. If I was here, I wouldn't worry about it. So we'll just have to see. The one I did with Tony was in one I did like 2 weeks ago, and that went okay. There was like 8 of us, and my internet seemed to hold up fine. Maybe I should just tether while I'm doing that. That's probably what I'll do. I can tether like my meetings. Okay, so if anyone has like any other local meetups that have Zoom and want to shoot me an invite, I'd be glad to join. I can't make every one of them, but you can send me your schedule and I can see what I can do. Do the Slack ones have a regular schedule, or does someone just put up like a schedule saying, "Hey, this is when it's going to happen in the future"? Or is it regular, like on Wednesdays and Sundays at this? So it just kind of comes up. Cookie Newman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. So yeah, I think this is a cool thing that the Sundays at some point, afternoons probably, that'd be good. Saturdays and Sundays would probably work the best for me anyway. That's what I'm going to do. Houston is this Saturday. I'm going to try to do that from home. See how it goes. And then I'd be willing to do more if people want to shoot me email me, hello@penaddict.com. Email me your info and your schedules, and I'll see what I can do. I think it would be fun. I'm definitely missing hanging out with some pen people. So yeah, y'all keep them up. Do one in your small Dutch Slack group. That's awesome, Kimmy. So people who have done this, how do you do anything with structure, or is it just kind of a hangout, show and tell-y type of stuff? So like, what are y'all doing in these chats so I can be like kind of prepared? Is it just randomness hangouts, something scheduled, or how are you handling that? Hang out with show and tell. Okay, that's perfect. And beverages. I think a lot of these are you have your beverage, right? I need some more beverages. So yeah, hopefully I'll do DC soon. I told Divakar I'd do it. I like it. My writing group did all our nails on Skype. That's awesome. That's kind of like me doing writing envelopes on here. You just kind of like, you do your thing, but like then the chat kind of happens and then it just goes off on these tangents and that are interesting and fun. It's such a good escape right now. I know we need it. I was wrong about last week's friend of the show schedule. I misspoke. So I had Chewies to get out last week. With Andrews, it's been bring a pen and tell a story about it going around the room. That's cool. I like it. That's very specific. That's cool. I already forgot what I was going to say. Oh, friends of the show. So Chewies was out last week. I have Tsunami Sue's out this week. I have 2 recordings this week. I'm talking with Tammy Sager and Urban Hafner this week. So those should be as awesome as you could imagine. And then I think I'm booked I gave myself 2 interview spots per week. 8:30 p.m. Wednesday and 1 o'clock Thursday. And I think that's booked through like the middle of May, which is awesome. So we'll have a lot of content coming through. In Quezapot, I see Trinita's getting everyone in here now. She's like, come on over here. Get in here. I appreciate y'all. Sandra, what's up? So yeah, like sorry, I'm writing while I'm doing this. The content is not stopping anytime soon. So right now I'm at least 6 weeks behind recording the publishing date. So something like that, which is cool. It's like, so we're just trying to talk about general events, not like current events. So these things are like timely enough. Friends of the show is something I do for Pen Addict members. It's a private podcast. What have y'all been talking about this morning? I'll show you one thing we've been talking about. I'll show you one thing. Shouldn't you have been up earlier today? Isn't spring break over with? Good morning, Alexander. I think I'm going to finally get to your newsletter mentioned today, Alexander. We talked about this for new people just joining. We have a physical prototype now. So that is on its way to me. It's not picking up clarity. And I apologize, I don't have the pictures on this laptop. Jigsaw puzzles are sold out, Jim. Is she having trouble? I'm being serious. Like, that's one of those things that people are having trouble getting a hold of. What type of success has she had? I'd be interested to know. All right, three more of these. Buffalo games. What else are y'all doing? What other quarantine things are you doing that you wouldn't necessarily normally do? Like my wife and daughter are starting to do like hand lettering stuff. Um, is a lot of cooking. People are doing a lot of art. People are making a lot of games and puzzles. People are doing. Are y'all doing anything interesting? Like I like our chats. Like the idea of the Pen Show chats. This was cool. Dusted off your PSP last night. That's cool. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of video games. I'm reading. I'm tearing through the book that I'm in right now because it's been really good. Bought a pitching hitting net and hitting off the tee in the backyard. We need to be doing that. I need to get a net. Tyler's outgrown the back. We used to hit off the tee all the time. We have weighted balls, the sand balls that we hit, but we haven't been doing it recently, so that's good. Surprisingly less podcasts overall. In the beginning, I listened to less. Now I'm listening to more. Practicing your baseboard. That's another thing. Like our guitars came out of storage. Posting pins on mugs and slacks, like setting on the top of a mug. What's diamond painting? Like literally painting a diamond? Tax returns. You shush. I need to do that. Do I play PC games? I don't. Generally, like unless I play them here because I don't have a PC at home because my internet connection is so bad at home. So I'm not at my house right now. For those who are new to the stream, we call this Studio B. I'm at my in-laws' bonus room. They have real internet, which I do not have real internet at home. Okay, what's diamond painting? I want to know what diamond painting is. Which book? I'm reading Our Band Could Be Your Life, which is the story of 10 different bands coming up through the 80s. A lot of the bands that I like, and it's just one of those books I should have read like a decade ago. Check your Twitter DMs. Okay. Oh hell yeah! Can I share this on here, Jim? I don't see why not, but yeah. This is a hell of an awesome. Oh my God! Tell me what a diamond painting is. All right, there's Jim's puzzle, Frida. It's an amazing puzzle. Like, if I saw, this would be like the first puzzle I would pick. Like if I saw a wall full of puzzles, like this style and aesthetic and the person on it, like this would be the first puzzle I pick. That's really cool. Diamond painting is a form of art that is a cross between cross stitch and paint by numbers. The distinct feature of a diamond painting is uses diamonds known as drills. Okay, I'm going to look this up. Harry Potter allowed with your nieces via FaceTime. That is awesome. That's a cool idea. Buying way too many pens and journaling a lot. Jim, I love that puzzle. Amazing. You have to send me the link to that puzzle. Or send me the name of the puzzle. Because I think I actually might try to hunt that one down. That one's really cool. And that would be a good one to do with the kids so we can talk about Frito. Watch a documentary on Nile Rodgers is surprisingly fun. I bet that is fun. He's lived a hell of a life. Tyler and I started The Mandalorian. No spoilers, please. We're only through 3 episodes so far. We just got Disney Plus Friday. I think my daughter's finished Disney Plus. Me and Tyler are working on started Killing Eve. I've heard of that show. What is that on, or network, channel, platform? Gold Spot exclusive Kaweco Sport Skyline. That's a pretty pen. I love that pen. I'm passing on that one, but that's a pretty pen. BBC America Hulu. Okay. That's a pretty pen. Yeah, it's a great color. I just got the Ocean one from City Lux. Oh, now I'm getting all the puzzles. Oh, this is the diamond. Look at the chart on this thing. All right, I'm gonna pull this up. This is fine for me to put up in the window, Jackie. So this is the diamond painting. Anne of Green Gables. Disney Plus show for kids, Bluey. I haven't heard of that one. Reading more comics. I've started making a comics list, but I haven't bought the comics yet. So, can we explain the context a little bit? Like, I see the code chart at the bottom here. This is like hyper detailed. I'm pretty fascinated by like the level of detail. Your internet does not like me. I'm sorry. My internet's looking pretty good over here. So, I think I think I'm pretty solid over here. Bluey is amazing. Okay. Elizabeth, if you're watching, look at Bluey. Hellboy's always been in my queue. 2016 to present Venom. That would be good. Octonauts. I like that. We used to watch that. My kids are watching, I don't know, Lab Rats. Is that one of them? Lab Rats. I can't think of any of the other. We've been watching all the live action Disney stuff. Like I hadn't seen live action Lion King, so we watched that a couple nights ago, which was good. And then the kids been watching Frozen and the other live action ones, Aladdin, things like that. So yeah, Creature Report. I don't know. I haven't seen Creature Report. That's very cool, Jackie. I like that. That's a new thing to me. Man, Troll Hunters has always been on my list. I need to move that to the top. Troll Hunters needs to be at the top of my list because I've heard so many things about that that I just need to do. And my wife's out here. My wife's out here sending me texts with her runs and her times. So good job, Mary Beth. While I'm sitting in here playing on the computer, she's running. Diamond paintings can be found on Amazon. Okay. That would be awesome. Inside Out, the Feelings movie. That's pretty cool. Hey, Asandra. I saw you. I was hollering at you when you came in. I know who it is. I said Trinita's in here causing trouble, getting other people to come in. I like it. So yeah, so this is good. Now I know what diamond paintings are. How would I not heard of this before? I'm kind of surprised. Oh, I got more links. The links keep coming. So I keep my Twitter page up here. Oh, is this your? Well, at least I can recognize your name in there. Okay, I'm gonna pull this back up. Jackie keeps sending me more details. So, is it fair to relate this somewhat to like is it like a stipple maneuver, right? You're doing this type of move based on the colors and the matching and the range. You know, like doing something like this. This is wild. I don't know how I've not seen that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, anything that's like super super detailed like that, like I'm all about. That's wild. Okay. I'm going to look that up. Very cool. Thank y'all for teaching me something. I bet that's a good that's a good zen type of thing. Like you just zone into that and you just go at it for like, and all of a sudden like an hour is gone and you don't know what's happened, but you've made like, 6 inches worth of progress. That's super cool. Jim, I got the puzzle link. Thank you. Total stress buster. Yeah, that's the hardest thing. Zentangles would be perfect for me as well. That's the thing, is finding stress busters these days. And you kind of got to have a backlog of stress busters, I feel, because I will stress about what stress buster to do. Like I'm stressed out. I'm anxious. I need a break. I need to breathe. What do I do? I don't do the Baron Fig do work journal. I know that. So what do I do? Do I read a book? Do I draw? Do I do lettering? What do I do? Do I pick up a puzzle? And Sometimes I get stressed out about trying to de-stress, right? That's it's like this double whammy type thing. I'm a ban Tony. Can we do I have a dirty words list? All those words that we block, where do they go? Word protection. Word protection. Exempt info. Let's try something here. This could be fun. This is like those Slackbot thing that was always too much. Grown up coloring is always great. Let's see. Punishment. Timeout. Exempt. None. Where does it go? I need like a log of this. Sorry, I can't see around my car. All right, let's try this. Oh. Someone else type it. I might be excluded because I'm the owner. Sorry, Evan. I need to figure out how to turn that off. Oh, crap. What's funny is I have this panel here, but it doesn't show me the existing rules. Like, I created the rule, and it went away. Me and Tony are exempt because we're the mods. Oh, Jackie, please refrain from using foul language. Oh, my God. Now I don't know how to... So... There's no listing of these words, or I can't change the timeout value. Oh my God. Where is the setting? I'm going to show y'all this, right? Let's pull this up. No, I put it in specifically. Okay, so we can just move the timeouts. Okay. Let me show you this. So look how dumb this is. All right, here, we'll minimize this. So this is like my back end panel, one of them. All right, so there's this thing over here called word protection, and I can exempt people, and I can type in the word. That's where I typed in Baron Fig, and then punishment timeout, and then the custom reply, your username, please refrain from using foul language, and then the punishment. There's no law. Where is my rule that I've set? Add moist. Where's the rule that I've set to adjust the rule now? Like, it does not exist, right? So this is my panel. Like, there's nothing. I just created that rule. Where is it? I can turn off word protection. But where did my rule go? This is one of those things that's like, there's so many things on this. Like, where would it even be? Timers, commands, dashboard, console. No, that's the regular console. So as fun as that is, I have no adjustment. All right, it's off now. So try it now, Evan. And then when I turn it back on, I want to see if it still kept the word. Something on paper. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate you. Here's fun. Brad plays with Twitch settings stream. So someone type Baron Fig. Okay, so that one didn't time me out. I'm going to turn this back on. All right, so let's see if it kept the word setting in there. Because if it did, we have a real problem. Yeah, you can do it that way. So type the real word. We'll unban you if it happens. But the problem is I can't manage. Yeah, go ahead. Try it now. I just snorted. So, where's my word list? Anyone? So I now have a word list that I cannot manage. I'm sure if like I went through all the documentation, I can figure out where this word lives that I now have word protection on, but your guess is as good as mine. So we'll turn that off, but like I should have a list right under word protection says, here's all the words. I'm in Streamlabs. I'm in the chat bot. I didn't do it directly on Twitch. So I'll have to look on the Twitch back end. So I'm going to turn that off for now. Oh, we're just joking. We're just joking, Kinsian. It's just a long running joke. So, but now I have to, these are the things that drive me crazy. Because I can turn them on, but I can't manage them. Like there's literally no word list anywhere. It's like I put this word in and it just exists. Command, subs, dashboards, console, settings. That's probably like my private stuff. Yeah, crazy. So anyway. Well, that was fun. Oh, God. That was too funny. But how do you make software where you can't manage a word list? Like if you're allowing me to block words, I need to manage the word list and it's just not there. That's going to bother me a lot. So anyway, okay. Oh my God, I was crying there for a second. That was pretty fun. Thank you for taking one for the team. Yeah, I'll look at it on the Twitter side. I don't know if we need to do it. I just wanted to see what would happen. And apparently what happens is it now exists and I can no longer manage it. So that's what happens. Going back to Zen projects, there's tiny metal 3D projects you can make like Ferris wheel and buildings. That would be intense. Like for like a good mental break. Advise them on fountain pens in the early days before their first pen release. They never heard from them again. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. 3 more envelopes. Chat. 3 more. I'd use a Baron Fin to sign my son's birth certificate with. Absolutely. Hey, they make good pens. That's seriously going to drive me crazy. Y'all know how I am. That word list thing is just going to bother me. I'm going to have to go home and research that. Because if it did work, if I could manage it, then I would put stuff in there. But if I can't manage it, there's no point in having it. Just for fun. Ooh, I gave myself a headache for that. Good Lord. I'm surprised we haven't. Once they did the retractable one, I figured fountain pen was like right around the corner. Ow. Shit. I'm not paying attention. Okay, so this person's getting like a drunk stamp because I smashed my finger on it the first time. Yeah, I like that's the one thing we haven't done during this quarantine is do any Lego stuff. And not for any reason. We need to. What's the oldest field notes you sent someone? I sent a Butcher Blue out in one of these envelopes, and I don't know who got it. No one reported back on getting the Butcher Blue. So that's as old as it gets. I guess technically it could be in this stack that I'm doing here, but I think it was, I had a separate first 200 stack. It was in that stack. This was a newer stack, so it should be long gone out there. Someone has a Field Notes Butcher Blue, and I've never heard from them. It's kind of like the Lunker for the Retro 51s. They know 8 of them. Is Sweet Tooth still the worst Field Note edition? Yeah. Your kids got Lego, Tony? I know Sweet Tooth has a strong contingent of fans. What would we if I had to pick? That was, yes, it was red, yellow, blue pack. One red, one yellow, one blue, and they were perforated and they were blank. The brights, just the neon colors were the unexposed something. Would Sweet Tooth still be my least favorite? Probably. The thing is, it's really not bad, right? That's how consistent they've been over all these years. You know what? I hate, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's technically a good issue. I think one of the least popular ever was end papers. Like, if end papers, I don't know that it actually does that even exist. Like, because no one talks about it. Because it was a weird size. While it was technically a good notebook, I don't know that it did really well. Yeah, end papers is cool. What's the oldest field notes? So Butcher Orange and Butcher Blue. So Butcher Orange is the oldest. They did 503 packs. And then Butcher Blue, they came right behind it, and they did, like, I think less than 500 because they had some, like, technical problem with it. Yeah, I like end papers too, but I felt other people didn't like end papers, like the general field notes population from a popularity wise. So, like, I like end papers, but I don't know that end papers has a good reputation, like, for ranking, like least popular. But that, what's so impressive is, like, it's hard to come up with, like, a just genuinely, oh, you know what the worst issue is? Was it Resolution? The red, white, and blue end of year winter, like 2017 Resolution. That might be the worst issue. The white one that changed color of heat was unimpressive. And Cold Horizons was unimpressive, but those are at least just like regular notebooks. I think Resolution might be the single worst issue. Very true. Very true, even supposing. Yeah, was that one that Resolution? I think that whole thing kind of died down, Consumer Junk, because all the old ones are pretty much spoken for. I don't know that there's a big market anymore. I think people have what they have, and then reasonable people won't spend $500 on a 3-pack of notebooks. Yeah, I think Resolution might be the single worst release. I think that would be my pick right now if we were doing some kind of ranking. Yeah, they hate when the size is different. And, like, Dime Novel and the Reporter Notebook were two of the best they've ever released, I think. What was the Reporter's Notebook called? Like I've always liked the odd sizes. Byline, yep, byline. That was a good one. Well, I don't think in papers is one of the worst ones. I'm just saying I was trying to think what like the public field notes buying public would say. I like in papers. But I think, yeah, now that I've thought about it, I think resolution is my new current worst. Yeah, it's kind of died down. But I mean, they're still as popular as ever, just in general notebook terms. But like, I've stopped doing like the collecting stuff and things like that. Utility wasn't bad. Yeah, people didn't like utility because the printing process looked weird and kind of failed in the corners of the books. Right? They had that black print, and when you have like a fiber product in a fold, it tends to wear. Well, through the black print, you could see the interior color, which was white, so it looked bad, even though technically, like all your other books probably looked the same way. You just see it more because of that black cover with the interior being printed on, not a solid paper. So it was a good addition. I liked utility. The fold-out ruler made the back page short by like a eighth, or not even. I don't even know if it was a quarter of an inch. But it was a cool. It was a worthwhile trade-off for me. So yeah, utility caused a bunch of problems just for technical issues, which made people hated. Yeah, back page. I don't know why that got flagged. How are Kudal partners? I don't have any special insight. I know they're still very active in trying to get people to share how they're using their field notes. So they're trying to keep sane. They've shut down local pickup. We'll see when it comes time to their next release. I think that's going to be they just got Vignette out right before kind of the shutdown time frame, right? Like a month ago. So it's going to be, we'll know something more probably the next release, they should do toilet paper. That's funny. Pocket notebooks I use, they're not coast sidebound. They're just fine for me. Thank you. We're selling a lot of notebooks and a lot of note cards for sure. Oh, Backpage is the name of classifieds to hire escorts. Oh, I remember that was like in the news. I'm gonna say Arizona. Arizona does lots of weird stuff. Like some lawsuit or something. Yeah. I'm really wondering how the next releases are gonna be delayed. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so we'll know more about field notes, I think, by the time the next release comes. Yeah. I think CW is content to just shut it down and ride it out. I wouldn't be surprised if our next... That's the only subscription I have left, is the CW one. I wouldn't be surprised if they just hold it out. Don't just hold it out. And then my other ones are done. But Field Notes has such a big retail presence. Same with Blackwing, that those releases are important to them every quarter. That's a big part of their. I mean, it's almost everything, right? They have their stock issues, but mostly their quarters. Canceled my CW sub and bought a digital gift card instead. That's smart. Yeah, CW, especially being based in New York, it's like a trickle-down effect on everything. Like if they're open for business, well, then they have to ship things. And if they have to ship things, they have to someone come in and pack things. If they have to someone come in and pack things, they have to deliver things to the post office. And if the post office is open, the post office has to be staffed, and it's just on and on and on and on, which it's a good move to just go ahead, shut it down, ride it out. I just hope that everything's fine on the back end. That's why I put out the giveaway today, the CW pencil pack. Yeah, CW charges per release. Yeah, so they can hold. Yeah, I agree with you that with Evan. I think on the right notepads, I still think they're just like probably like my favorite book. Like I just appreciate like the aptitude that you can tell is made into that printing is really freaking great. So yeah, I put that CW pencil sampler pack and just trying to keep, you know, trying to keep people talking just about like brands and businesses and you know, I could probably do more. I do have a little bit of hesitancy, but I shouldn't worry about like what other people think because I generally don't. Of just like going fully. Aiden, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I need maybe I'll talk to Chris. Maybe this will be the Pen Addict exclusive. Is there a particular? Let me finish the right statement. To get a spiral bound grid. Is there a particular Kaweco nib size that's better than the rest? Extra fine is always been the most consistent, but not everyone's an extra fine person. Mediums have always tended to be the least consistent. Mediums and broads. Velociraptor, thank you so much for the sub. But I just got a medium in that's great. Like right out the gate, great. Traditionally, the wider nibs with the Kawecos were the ones with the problems. I think they're having less problems now than ever before. So I'd be safe going any nib size. I've always had best luck with extra fine, and it is wide. So, but recently they've been the quality, the QCs have been more consistent to me anyway. But yeah, like everyone's got like a Kaweco story, a Kaweco nib story for sure. Excuse me. But what I do is like I'll get extra fine nibs, and then if you find that you're a Kaweco fan and you want to continue to try different Kaweco pens, is you get one nib ground by a nib master and use that in all your Kaweco pens. I think I have maybe, if I have 10 Kaweco pens, I probably have 2 nibs that I use the most on my recurring inked pens. Like if I'm trying out a new pen, like I just got that ocean blue, I got that in a medium just to test out. Now, if that one becomes like my everyday writer and I'm going to keep that in my pocket and use it, I'm going to pick out one of the 2 really perfect Kaweco nibs that I have. So that's kind of what I did. Like I think I have a Cursive Italics in a steel fine nib. Like I'll just put that in whichever Kaweco I'm using at the time because they're so easy to swap out. Yeah, I'm finding the medium to not be egregiously wide, which is always a concern. Like that's kind of what y'all are saying, right? The line width consistencies. All right, anything else we need to talk about this week? I gave myself a headache laughing so hard, and it's not shaking. So I think we'll wrap this up for today. Any topics you want to hear about on the podcast tomorrow? I have a decent list going for topics. I got to write that show this afternoon. We'll have, I don't know what other stuff I got coming this afternoon. I'll probably do a Tuesday tool set. I haven't done one in a couple weeks. I've just been busy. The Soul. Yeah, the Kaweco Soul. Those are good. That's what I sent, Sarah. I have not used the other Kala inks. Mine was kind of like Mike's that he just reviewed, the grayish one. I need to review one of the color ones, which I say color very sparingly. One of the muted colors ones. Thank you all. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here in just a sec. Oh, are there some neon ones? No, I'd be about that for sure. I'll look at those, see what I can find. I haven't done any shopping recently. I'm a little bit, I don't know. I need to, but you know. Yeah, so when I was looking through the souls that Jeff had reviewed one, Susan had reviewed one, and you hadn't reviewed one, so you're getting the blue one. I don't know what nib's in it though, but that's what it is. I knew it was something. Mongolian sandstorm. Is that Kala? Oh, Jim. Jim's costing me too much money today. I'm gonna stop clicking these links. Let me bring this up. Let's look at this. Oh shit. Jim. You know, 2 weeks ago in refill, I specifically said I do not buy ink sets. And you're going to make me look like a fool, Jim. You're going to make me look like a fool. I just said I do not buy full ink sets. And look at this. I mean, can you pick 2 colors out of this and be happy? I don't see how. I just said I do not buy ink sets. And you do this to me, Jim. I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. Why is that one called Skinny, though? Dig It, Foxy, Dude, Groovy, Boogie, Peace Out, Joy, and Skinny. Dig It, Foxy, Dude, Groovy, Peace Out, Joy, Skinny. Am I missing something here? How about Smiley? I mean, it's a smiley face on there. How about Smiley? Is there a translation thing? Oh, like what's the skinny? Okay, Skinny is the yellow, the chartreuse. Dig It, Foxy, Dude, Groovy, Boogie, Peace Out, Joy, Skinny. We'll just call that one Smiley. Let's just call that one Smiley. It's a smiley face on it. It's just funny. All right, Jim. Thanks for nothing, buddy. The good thing is I don't have this this link shared, so I'm gonna have to hunt this link back down at home if I want it, because I'm not writing it down, and I'm sure you'll have it in my DMs before I get home. This is pretty spectacular. All right, so can you pick one? Let's play a game before I leave. What's the one that you're going to buy? Like, you're allowed one and one only. No caving, no caveats. You can kind of tell the colors below. Groovy's getting a lot of love. Pink one, Foxy. Bottom left, everyone's liking the Groovy. Pink. Hey, good morning, John. We're just about to go. We're looking at awesome bright inks and trying to pick only one of these. Foxy. Which one's Foxy? The pink. So the pink and the purple. The green. See, this is the problem. I kind of like the Boogie, which is the darker pink, the bottom pink. Because that's the color that I've been into recently. Right? Boogie. Right, Tessa? I think Boogie. Joy looks kind of washed out if you look at the one swatch that doesn't look good is the Joy. Green. I think the green's probably my second choice. The blue is pretty good. Golly. See? I bet that purple would look really good on the paper. Purple might actually probably look the best on the, like if you're inking it up, using it on paper. Like, I don't know how some of these other colors would translate. But they're pigmented. They're probably going to be pretty good, right? All right, this is a dilemma. This is a dilemma. All right, guess we got to buy them all, chat. That's what we're going to have to do. All right, I'm out of here. Groovy, foxy dudes, peace out. Enjoy your day. Can you dig it? Bye.